If you're looking for a new sprayer for a utility vehicle or an ATV, you're going to want to watch this video. Hi, this is Matt with Genesis Custom Food Plots coming to you today from our shop here in Mosinee, Wisconsin. Through all the videos that we've shot over the last couple of years, we get a lot of questions on the sprayers that we run, and we thought it was high time to talk about the reasons why we use these sprayers on either side of me here from Frost Incorporated. We started working with Frost about 5 years ago with an ATV sprayer like the one you have here. The UTV sprayer to my left is new to us this year, and we're going to talk you through the features and benefits of both of these. We're going to talk through the differences between a boom sprayer and the boomless and the applications that we have for each one. So let's start with a walk around of this Frost ATV sprayer, starting from the top of the unit. The first thing that we noticed when we saw this at a show about 5 years ago was this filtration system. If you spent any amount of time spraying, you know that every single sprayer is going to have a filter that's going to filter the liquid coming out of the tank before it gets into the pump. The vast majority of those sprayers have that filter system on the bottom of the unit. It can be a real pain in the butt. If you've got a full tank of liquid and that filter plugs, to get at that can really be a whole lot of no fun. You're going to have liquid all over your hands, you're going to have shutoffs, it's going to be just a mess. The top filter that's on this Frost unit is really nice. All you do is screw this cap off, there's a filter inside, you pop it out, rinse it out, put it back in, screw your cap on, and you're back to running. So we really like that. Looking across the rest of the unit itself, this has a boom sprayer unit on it. It also comes in boomless. There is a threaded hose up on top for changing those out. You can also get a wand with this, so if you have really tight area spraying and need to switch out to a wand, you can do that up here as well. Last thing I want to point out is the actual pump itself. This unit is about 5 years old. This is not the original pump. We actually changed the pump this year. I don't think that's anything wrong with anything Frost did. It's just that pumps are worked pretty hard. There's a lot of corrosive chemicals and fertilizers and all things that go through them. They wear out over time. Changing this pump is really, really easy. This pump was about $139. Literally took us about 10 minutes to change it out. It's 4 screws. You change your connections on it and you're back up and running. So a lot to like as far as ease of use on the top of this unit, and a lot of reasons why we like it, and it's great. So I want to just spend a few minutes here on the boom system itself on these Frost sprayers. A lot of people overlook the booms, and there's actually a lot of features on here that we think are really nice to have as you're going out in the field. The first thing that you notice right away is the quality of the construction. This is all tubular steel. We've never broke one of these. It's not dented, they don't bend. We like that a lot. The second thing that you're going to notice is there is a shutoff on the boom itself for each side. So if I'm going down a trail and I want to fold in one part of my boom and I want to shut that part of the boom off, I can do that right here. I just make this turn and boom, that one's shut off. I can go back and turn it back on. I can do it on both sides. Really a nice feature. The other thing that you notice on here is that these do have breakaway springs in them, so that if you're going in really tight areas and you mistakenly hit a tree or some brush or a fence post, you're not going to just automatically bend your boom. It's going to have some give to it. You'll hear it, you'll be able to stop, or you'll be able to just keep going. It'll spring back for you. It's a really nice feature. The other thing is the adjustability. Everybody's ATV is a little bit different. Some sit higher, some sit lower, some are longer. The adjustability on the back end of this allows you to slide this whole boom unit in and out, and it also allows that boom to go up and down, so you can adjust for whatever your unit is. Last thing that you'll notice that we've added, it doesn't come with it, but you know, it's something we did just because we use these so much, is we did put some hose cover on the hoses themselves where you fold them in, just to keep the wear and tear down. I don't know that it's necessary if you're only spraying a few acres a year, but these units spray hundreds of acres a year, so there's potential for some wear there, so we just put some hose guard on that. That was something we added. Again, don't know that it's necessary, but something you certainly could do. All right, so let's move over to our UTV sprayer. This is something that we added new to our fleet this year, and we've really enjoyed using it here over the last couple of months. First thing that I want to talk about is, again, the top of this unit. It does have the top filtration system just like the ATV sprayer, a really nice feature. One thing that this has that the ATV doesn't is a two-way valve, so that I can switch between my boom and my wand right here without having to change hoses. So all I do is just turn my valve, it'll direct it to the wand, or turn it the other way, it'll direct it back out to the booms. That's a really nice feature with that. The other thing that we really like is when you're in the cab of the unit is how do you turn these things on and off? Well, this one actually has a control module on the back end of this that you can run a remote control. And the remote control you can run right from the seat of the UTV. So it's just an on-off switch. You press on, it turns on. You press off, it turns off. It's a great convenience feature, and it makes this thing really, really easy to run. So let's move around to the back of the UTV sprayer, and the first thing that you're going to notice is the actual size of the tank itself. Remember, on the ATV sprayer, that's a 25-gallon tank. That's about as much as an ATV is going to want to take, but in your UTV, you're going to have a lot more capacity. This system comes in a 50-gallon or a 100-gallon. We opted for the 100-gallon. I would recommend you get as much capacity as your UTV will handle. We don't always use a full 100 gallons. That's actually a lot for this little machine, but it does give us the option to put this in other machines, and we have a lot of different flexibility with that. The other thing you're going to notice right away on the backside is here we have a boomless sprayer instead of a boomed sprayer. Now you're going to look at this and go, well, it's only 3 feet wide. How could that possibly be efficient? Well, this unit itself actually has jet nozzles on the end. So these nozzles will actually give us a full 30-foot spray width, whereas on the ATV sprayer we had a 12-foot spray width. Now, when you get these kind of nozzles, there's a couple things to be aware of. One is your droplet size is going to be quite a bit bigger on these. So your coverage area might not be quite as good, and you're not going to be nearly as exact as you can be on a boomed sprayer. So on the boom sprayer, you're going to have smaller particle size. It's going to require less water to carry the chemical. You're going to be able to be a little bit more exact where you're going. On the boomless side, you're going to have a wider spray width. You're going to have a little bit bigger droplet size. You're not going to be able to be quite as exact, but you're also going to be able to spray products that really don't go all that well through the boom sprayer. So things like liquid lime, liquid fertilizer, really good applications through a boomless setup like you've got here. The other thing that we like about this is the adjustability. So I said you can have a full 30-foot spray width, and you simply do that by making the turn to your nozzles. More arc, it's going to go out a little bit further. You have it a little bit flatter, it's going to be not quite as wide. You also have the option on these to shut off one side or the other, just like on the boom sprayer. So it's just a control right here. You make that turn, you can shut off one side while the other side runs. We really like using this, like I said, in applications where we don't have to be as exact. So maybe somewhere where a food plot runs right up to something you don't want to kill, or if we're spraying big wide areas like a trail where you want to get a good kill. Doesn't really matter if you're 5 feet off one way or the other. You just want to make sure your trail is good and dead. That's a good option for it. And then that lime and fertilizer application, it works really well. You have the same quality construction on this, same adjustability up and down, in and out. Lots to like about the boomless system on the UTV. So the bottom line is this. Over the course of 20 years that our business has been in existence, we've run through a lot of different sprayers, and a lot of them have come and gone. The frost sprayers have been really good to us. We put a lot of acres on these. We use them often. And we're going to continue to use them in the future. So if you're looking for an ATV or a UTV sprayer, get a hold of the folks at Frost. If you've got questions and you want kind of just another opinion on it, feel free to drop us a line. Drop a comment below, shoot me an email. We'll be glad to answer those questions. Otherwise, we really appreciate you watching. If you take a moment to like and subscribe, we'd appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next video.